All right, anybody tuning in? I'm in the Montesano, Washington Courthouse, just here at the security point behind me. They scanned my backpack through their little scanner. They did a scan with me, like a wand, and they wanted to take my backpack, and they started an RCW. I have the RCW with me, and they called the. That's all I was asking for.
If you don't mind me asking, what brings you out here today? I'm just curious.
Well, I've got this paperwork. I was gonna try to discuss with somebody with the prosecutor's office. It's some court cases to disprove her theory that people in public service, like yourselves, retain your full First Amendment rights to say or post wherever you want on public property. So the Sheriff's Department has a thin blue line flag on the front counter, and I challenged that. It's against federal flag code. It's against the RCW flag code, and I brought that in. And the prosecutor said, well, there's a court case where a private citizen, I think it was back in the 70s or 80s, put a peace symbol on the flag, and it went up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled, hey, it's freedom of speech, right? So cool, I agree with freedom of speech, great. However, there's a difference. This isn't private property, right? The county courthouse and the county, not the same thing. You done?
Yeah,
Wait.
I just
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
those things are kind of hard to decipher.
If you want to take a picture of the court case or whatever, write it down, you can check it out later.
No, I'm sure you'll find via Google search.
Yeah. You can just find our YouTube channel. There's information on it. The acoustics in here, man.
Yeah, it's not a great place to have a conversation. I imagine some of your equipment there
Yeah.
makes it difficult on playback.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
No, it is. It needs to
Historically.
be. Yeah, when you go up to the top, the acoustics are really neat at the very top. Because it has that dome, that
Yeah.
concave
Yeah.
aspect.
Good afternoon. Is that for regular court or drug court? This is regular court. They're on their superior court one. They were wondering about the one for regular. Oh yeah. Gentlemen.
Hey,
Take it easy.
you're back.
Oh,
Freedom.
my glasses.
Yeah.
Enjoy the warmth of the weather. I'm gonna go cry some.
Do you want? Hey, I got a card, man. If you want to get together sometime, no.
Really? You're not gonna have a camera?
Yeah, no. We can go get a beer. We can go get a coffee, whatever.
To go?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna sit this here for now. I gotta go get court.
All right. Yeah. Anybody that's wanting to talk, like, doesn't want to do it on camera, like, off, outside this. Then.
I will be back.
You say my contact?
So,
Yeah.
I will agree with you
Okay.
that the state RCW does not state backpacks within it.
Right.
However, it is a rule of the courthouse, they are able to restrict it, even according to this, what can come in and come out of the courthouse.
Okay.
Okay? So if they're saying that you can't have a backpack beyond the security checkpoint place,
You're saying according to that, it says that
it can be more restrictive, yes. They can just set rules or laws or ordinances that are more
they
restrictive.
can set it, right. Now the question is, do they have that? And then when I asked before, do they have policies or anything that where they've set that?
Yeah, now I don't know.
The answer is no. They said no. The only thing they pointed to is this. So in and of itself, they don't currently have a standing rule or order from the judge saying that backpacks are not allowed.
Okay.
So
However, the judge goes by this point every day, and the judge has agreed that this sign can be here, and those are the rules of the
I
courthouse.
don't know.
So-
That's an assumption. It sounds like.
Well, I don't believe it's an assumption. I believe the court and the judge just come through here every day and look at it. Okay, and that's about 5 different judges.
I don't know
So,
about that.
I'm not arguing your point.
Okay.
But what I am saying is rule of the courthouse, that they say that you either have to store the bag and go do your business, or you can't come in with the bag whatsoever.
Okay.
So it is your choice which way you want to do this. You are being allowed access, you just can't take the backpack with you.
Now you're saying it's a rule of the courthouse, and what is that based on?
That is based on this sign right here.
Okay.
And basically, the head judge of the courthouse is responsible for the courthouse, as well as with the sheriff, or with the sheriff's department. And they establish the rules
Alright.
that go into effect for the courthouse security. And I'm sure you're aware they had a shooting here a while back.
Yes.
Yeah, so obviously, the security did heighten
Yeah.
after that incident.
Understandably. The question is, has the judge actually signed off on the sign?
That's something I would talk to the county
And-
commissioners about.
And is it actually legal?
And again, that's,
Right.
that's something I would talk to the county commissioners during the commissioner meeting about.
Okay. So, but reading the RCW, because it claims the authority of that sign is the RCW, that's what they keep claiming. You read the RCW, it doesn't specify anything about bags or backpacks.
And I'm telling you, it's not in the RCW
Right.
handed me, so I agree with you.
Okay.
However, it is on this sign, which is a rule of the courthouse, which is condoned by the judge.
Do you have a law that says that any signs posted in the building is a rule of the courthouse?
Okay, I don't have a law.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, it's something that's upheld by the Superior Court judge that runs the courthouse.
But I'm asking what are you basing that claim on? If there's any sign posted on the wall anywhere, are you saying that any member of the staff that puts a sign up, it gets clearance through the judge? Are you making that claim? And that's a legal conclusion you're drawing.
I think that's your interpretation of what I'm saying.
Well, okay, are you not saying that the judge has signed off on that as being lawful or legal?
I'm telling you that Judge Edwards, who is the head judge for the Superior Court and controls the courthouse, and is responsible for their budgetary as well as the security of the courthouse, has upheld that sign to be there. That's what I'm telling you.
And have you actually
I
investigated?
had a conversation with Judge Edwards.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So I do know that. I do know he's aware of that. I do know that those are the rules in effect.
Okay.
I'm not telling you there's a law. I'm not telling you there's an ordinance.
Is there a written rule?
I'm not telling you
or
there's a
order?
written rule, but these
Right.
are things that you have to discuss through the county commissioners, through the sheriff, okay? If you want to make a complaint reference, that which you have every obligation to do. However, as of today, you gotta follow the rules of the courthouse, that's all I'm saying.
Well, and that's my question is, if they put on the sign, no beards allowed, and then they cite an RCW that has to do with parking, has nothing to do with beards, right? You've seen it's like 1-for-1 scenario. Does that mean that you gotta lose the beard if you come in?
That would mean if you have an issue with that law or that rule
Yeah.
or that ordinance or whatever like that, then you would take the proper steps by making a complaint, just like anybody else would do.
So there's no immediate remedy. Is that what you're saying?
Not right now. No. There is, I mean, you can do your business, you just have to take off the backpack and have it stored like they ask.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, unfortunately, there's no remedy where you can take the backpack within the courthouse.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So, but I definitely tell you that if you have issues with it, which
Yeah.
it sounds like you do,
Yeah.
I am 100% telling you, go ahead and file a complaint with
Okay.
the sheriff, with the county commissioners, and with Judge Edwards, and maybe they can review that and determine if they want to take a different stance.
okay.
Okay?
Oh, can we address the assault that happened prior to your arrival?
And what assault occurred?
There's the lady, I didn't get her name, and the gentleman that came over I gave my card to. Both of them put their hands on me, tried dragging me towards the door. And so yeah. And they they continually put their hands on me and sort of try to manipulate my body against my will.
So that is something that you want to go talk to the sheriff about.
Okay.
Because these are his employees. However, if they're acting as security of the building, legal right to place hands upon you if you're not following their commands. But that's something that the sheriff is somebody you have to talk to about that and file a complaint through him if you feel that something was going on.
Now, any command, or does it have to be a lawful command?
It has to be a lawful.
Right. So if they have no law backing their command, then it's an unlawful command. Correct?
Again, it's your interpretation.
Well, if you don't have a law backing your command, if you tell, for instance, if you tell me, hey, you know what, I don't like your shoes, take your shoes off.
That's a question. A good question.
Okay. So you're saying the remedy for the assault here is to go back to the sheriff's office and just
File a complaint with the sheriff.
All right. Well, can you help me get the names and positions of the people involved so I can do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Do you want me to walk over to the sheriff's office with you?
If you want, I mean, I can do it myself. I just need the names and positions of the people that put hands on me.
Okay. We'll get that over to the sheriff's office. That's their employee.
If you guys want to head over there, I can get that.
I mean, I'd like to get it like now before going. I'd like to be able to know the names of the people and positions of the people that did it.
That's the way to do it.
So,
The lady that just spoke, and then the guy I gave my card to.
okay.
Yeah.
So do you not want to give up the backpack and hold it while you talk to
Well, so I did. I gave the backpack up. They ran it through security. They verified there's no threat. There's no weapons.
However, I think you don't want it stored until you can finish your business here.
Right, because there's a liability thing. Right. I don't know what they're going to do with my backpack. I can't verify that they don't put anything in it or take anything out of it. Right. And there's no receipt. I don't think they're going to have a receipt to give to me for that. So it's just.
He would like to give you the information himself.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. What's up? All right. I don't want to block the walkway.
No, come on, let's not
What's
play
that mean?
like that. Let's play like, we've been talking like men. What do you
Okay.
mean?
Your name?
Durham, like old,
Like Old Durham? It's like in North Carolina? Durham?
like the school was. Like
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
First name is Durham or last name?
Durham, Mr. Durham,
Can I get your full name?
B. Durham,
B. Durham?
Yep.
And your position here?
court security.
All right, cool. I didn't know if you'd like a supervisor or anything like that. Just.
I look like a supervisor. I look like I belong in your position.
No, you and I had a really good talk last time. You took a
We
minute
had
tour.
a
You
plan,
talked
and
to
you
me
got
about
up like
your...
a man when I asked you to, and we still
Well,
had
actually,
a good talk.
I asked if you would remove your hands, I would do
And,
that.
and you said you would
did.
get up, right?
Yeah, and I did.
And you got up when I removed my
Yeah.
hands, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. And then the ladies, can I get the ladies' name and position?
That's the lady.
Okay.
If she wants to, that's up to her, or you can talk to our supervisor, the sheriff.
All right. So you're not willing to give me your
That
name?
gentleman explained to you. It's not my position to give you her name. You have to talk to the sheriff, or the undersheriff, or whoever, or you can ask that young lady.
Okay. If you were a witness to a crime and you saw somebody attack somebody else, and in this,
Define attack somebody else.
you see, it doesn't matter, anyway, any physical altercation, you see two people get into a spat here in the lobby, and
Like
the
just the
attacker,
verbal or stuff?
no, physical, the physical attacker, you would, hold them, detain them, and ascertain their
First
name,
of all,
right?
I'm going to ask them to stop, which
Sure.
they probably will do because it's me. Secondly, we'll have a conversation.
Yeah.
From there, and usually in a lifelong story career, it seems that worked.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm aware of both their names. You want to go over and talk to the sheriff?
Oh, you got their names?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Have somebody in charge. But I appreciate you coming over and asking me like a grown man.
Yeah. Just talking with these guys, making sure that we're
I
all good.
understand.
You
You're
good?
a citizen. We're good.
Oh, I don't claim to be a citizen, but
Well, whatever. I do.
all right.
You
You have
okay?
my card? You need another
I
one?
told you I have one.
All right. Well, she said trash. I didn't know what that meant. She was
Did I
throwing it
not say I
away.
have one?
But you said you were going to put it over there, and then she said trash.
If I said I put it over there, what do you think it is?
I
Over
don't know.
there.
I don't know. I can't see it.
Really, but you can hear my voice. Does it sound like a man to deceive you?
We're kind of circling. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So if we're headed back out here, I guess if you're not going to do any business here?
I still have business to do here, so I may come back and do it after doing stuff with the sheriff's department.
So would
Or do you recommend?
Would you like to take off your backpack and I personally will watch that?
No, it's the same situation, right? I just met you.
I'm just offering.
Or
a
have we met
solution.
before? Did we meet?
Yeah. Yeah.
A few months ago?
I'm the one that helped you up in Montesano there.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you might be familiar. All right. Cool.
So I'm just trying to offer you a solution.
Yeah, I get it. you got their names, you just go to the sheriff's department and try to do that, and then I'll just come back here and try to do my business with the prosecutor's office.
Okay. Okay, you just have to do so without the backpack. Because we're not going to change that rule today.
Okay.
Okay?
But you're saying...
But it is something you can talk to the sheriff about, and you can work on getting that rule changed.
Yeah.
But he's going to have communications with obviously with the judge, okay, and with the county commissioners in order to actually enact any rule changes. And that's not going to happen today.
Well, I just want to be clear. Like, are you familiar with the KKK Act?
I'm not.
Okay, so it's a U.S. federal code, and it's basically talking about conspiracy to obstruct or prevent constitutional rights. And so anybody that's engaging in that, including like unlawful searches and seizures, which was, they seized my backpack and didn't want to give it back.
And that's something you need to talk to an attorney about.
But if you're saying that I can't come back, right? If you're saying that I can't come back with the backpack, then you're going to be part of this conspiracy. You're inserting yourself as part of the conspiracy to unlawfully search or seize my property.
I'm not trying to seize your property.
Right.
I'm just advising you that you
But
need to store it.
Yeah.
Or you need to.
Is there a locker I can store it in? Yeah, Durham, is there a locker I can store it in?
The only locker space like that gentleman told you earlier, take your name and your number in case you leave it behind and put it right there and come back and get it.
There's always somebody there watching.
Yep.
There's
always there.
There's no way for me to secure my property other
It's
than taking it
secure
with me.
and safe right there, like he just chief said, we always have somebody there. Whenever we're here, someone's there. It's the best option we can give you. Otherwise, like he said, you have to take it out of the building, which you did.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. You're making a legal conclusion. You're coming to a legal conclusion saying they're right, I'm in the wrong.
I actually think we're both coming to a legal conclusion.
Okay.
So, and at this point, I just think it needs to be clarified through people that actually make those rules.
Yeah.
So,
Well, so like, just to be clear, like in court, since we're in the court, like in a courtroom, I can represent myself like pro se, right? And if you're called to the stand, and I ask you, about drawing this legal conclusion, which you just admitted to, the prosecutor is probably going to object and overrule, saying that you're not qualified to make that legal conclusion.
again, I'm not in court, and I can't hypothesize to what will happen.
Right, but you believe you are qualified to make the legal conclusion that sign is legal,
I think
and that it's back with actual law.
I think I am qualified
Okay.
to enact or enforce the rules, not enact, enforce the rules of the courthouse, and that's what I'm doing.
Without any
Under
proof
the
of that
Georgia-
law,
I'm under
other
the-
than a piece of a sign.
I'm under the Georgia judge's authority under that sign, which is his place of business here. Okay, to enforce those rules.
Okay.
Okay?
So with no actual court order back in
Again,
the wall.
I welcome you to go talk to
All right,
the sheriff.
let's go. I hear you. I'm just trying to be caught up in action by inserting yourself into it.
Unfortunately, if that happens,
If you do a handoff, we're going to get involved. Then cool. But
no, I'm very comfortable with what I'm
okay.
doing right now.
All right. Well,
And just hold on for a minute.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see if there's an extra.
Justice. I know he brought a printout of the RCW, but they had posted on the site. Rising Sun Media. Yes, they called the cops. Benny denies. Watching from Belgium.
battery died on my body cam. You guys don't have body cams, right? What's your thought on that? Do you think that?
Jimmy Justice. I remember the nefarious pair. Jamie Cotterill.
Yeah,
Young.
right?
Yeah, I mean, the same reason we were on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey Lynn. I'm late. What's happened?
Goes squirrely. You got a record of it.
Baby Farms. Headline.
Yeah, this one's a few $100.
Rising Sun Media. Thanks, Mrs. We're trying to piece it together between the buffering.
That and the public record.
Data storage is the price. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Fred, what are they harassing him about now? What's up?
Yeah.
Jason Buglow. Illegal sign was stating the RCW completely.
I don't know, man. I think if the RCW that they're putting on it with the
didn't read what you gave him, but I mean.
License on media. Famous ring. Red heart suit.
Backpack.
Taylor red heart suit. Boom red heart.
That's why I'm using the other, and then no beards allowed.
Princess. Justice. Yeah, it seems like Flash in Canada. Is he being detained right now until the cops show up?
Doesn't give him any kind of authority to say, nope, you have to shave your beard in order to come in.
Expect no mercy racing. Updates for late. Taylor. RSM. 3 pulsating heart.
Make up stuff willy-nilly. Just go through.
100 Walker. What are you going to get blocked today? Tempest blue. Hot blood. Benny denies. Cablemer.
Yeah. It's sad. They let
Micamax 1001. Pig face. Pig. I see pigs out of their sky. Catman. If you rewind it, you can see more.
Right? And purses. They just discriminate against
Jimmy Justice. Yeah, they just add whatever they want to the RCW to make up their own lot. Star Michelle Star. Hello. Truth / Gone Allentown Transparency Service. Eyes. Thumbs up. 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 Spirit Tempest blue. Hello, everyone. Wing Fame. Jumped off another live stream to be boomer. Anyone know what's happening?
Yeah, no worries. That's why I thought it was weird that they called for you guys and not these guys, you know?
It all depends on what all they have going on and who's available.
I figured since they're supposedly the direct line supervisors over here, like, why would they? Not, they're direct line supervisors. That didn't seem, I was expecting, somebody from over here to show up.
I don't know what they're doing. Their tasks.
Yeah, sure.
You meeting in?
Hey, man. What's up?
Did you want to talk to me?
No, I think Bob, is it Bob?
Yeah.
Bob from,
They just called me.
oh, did they? You're the guy.
Yeah.
So, was it Castleberry, is that right? Over there? Yes, Castleberry and Durham.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Victor Durham, yeah.
Yeah, they put their hands on me, trying to drag me towards the door, without any lawful reason. So I want to process that complaint or charge, so, of assault.
So why'd they put their hands on you?
You have to ask them.
You don't know?
I don't claim to know somebody's motive.
Well, help me out here. You gotta help yourself, right? Give me the story, Kevin.
Yeah.
Don't. If you want to help, you gotta help yourself too.
Okay.
Not try to make things difficult. Just
Oh, I'm not.
tell me the story then.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to speak for them and say
Okay,
why
well,
they
tell
did
me
something.
more.
Okay. So I went in. One of the other papers I had, because I had the court case paper, right? I was going to go talk to the prosecutor's office, so you know that.
Yeah.
Go through they said I had to go through in order to go to the prosecutor's office, so I gave them my bag, everything metal from my pockets, went through the thing. They wanted me, verified, scanned the stuff. There's no weapons in it. I went to get my backpack back, and they refused to give me my property. So it's an unlawful seizure. They said that backpacks are not allowed. And then they cited an RCW, which is the other paper I had in my bag, which I still have it if you're curious. It's that RCW that they cite. Has to do with weapons.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with backpacks. The word backpack's nowhere in it.
Weapons like the courthouse.
Yeah. So I try to give it to them so they can read it. To say, hey, what you're doing, you're unlawfully seizing my property. That's a Fourth Amendment violation. And they didn't want to have a discussion. They asked me to move aside so that other people can go through. I moved aside so other people can come through. And then Castleberry kept getting, louder, and she wanted to escalate it. Or she appeared to want to, because that's what she did. She kept escalating it, getting closer, getting louder, saying, okay, well, you have the choice of either leaving your backpack, doing your business, or leaving. And I said, well, what if I don't choose either of those options? And she said, well, I'm going to take your backpack and take it outside. And so she grabs it, and I reach my hand out, and backpack runs in. I felt it. So I grabbed my backpack, and I asked her to let go of my backpack. And but before that, I think they were trying to already push me. Victor was trying to push me in the back and try to move me to somewhere else. Got my backpack back. She let go of it. And then they started going hands-on more, trying to drag me out of the courthouse. So I didn't want to resist them, so I sat down. And they continued to have hands on me, and basically repeating their order to leave or leave the backpack. And eventually she backed off. It was just me and Victor. Hey man, if you hand off me, I'll stand up so we can continue to talk. And I'm not like sitting in your walkway. So he did. He let go of me. I stood up. We continued to talk. She's like, I'm not interested in this conversation. She made a bunch of claims, and then called the Montesano Police Department. They showed up. Bob reviewed the RCW. It's like, yeah, it has nothing to do with backpacks. But it does say it on the sign. So.
So that's the thing. They do for the security of the courthouse. They have a reasonable expectation to be able to look at something. If you want to bring something in, to make sure that the safety of the courthouse is there.
Sure. No problem. No problem with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the concern. They searched it. They verified there's no weapon, and then when I asked for it back, they refused to get it back.
And you let them go through it and look inside of it.
Yeah, I let them search it. I don't know if they actually did because they scanned it and then they didn't ask to look into it. So but they did I think they did the last time I was there, which is why I printed out the thing. I was like, hey, what does this RCW actually say?
Backpack is not the issue. It's just what the backpack may contain is the issue.
Right, according to the RCW, and that was my understanding too.
Okay,
And
so
once they verified there was no weapons inside, then I'm like, okay, can I get my bag back? And then they were like, no, and they went hands on because I wasn't going to just allow them to unlawfully search and seize my property.
Okay. And so then you made the complaint to the city of Montesano?
No, I didn't. They called them. They called MPD.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you're wanting to make a complaint against them?
Well, you guys, they directed me over here. The police directed me this way because they said that those security guards work for the sheriff's
They
department.
work for the courthouse, so I can make your complaint against the personnel.
Right. Criminal.
No, the criminal complaint is inside the city of Montesano.
Okay.
Against jurisdictional boundaries that you don't like. But,
So bizarre. Okay.
so this is within the city. So the
Yeah.
city would handle a criminal complaint. I can take your complaint in reference
Personnel.
Yeah, personnel.
All right. Well, let's go that route first because again, like to back up what I said, let's use it at the lowest level possible. Let's go with a personnel complaint instead of a criminal complaint and say, hey, let's readdress this behavior. You can't just put hands on people because they're not jumping when you say jump. If you don't have a law, which they didn't. Like, here's the law right here. You're trying to use. Oh yeah.
So can you, will you provide me your C card real quick? I can make a copy.
Well, this thing died, so I've actually been streaming. I think we're streaming now, hopefully. So it's up on YouTube right now. You can you can watch it on YouTube.
Your SD card, right?
This died. I reloaded it while I was waiting for somebody here just now. So I don't know when this died. It died somewhere in the middle.
So I explained like this. As far as the personnel, we would take the complaint against personnel. That's what would satisfy personnel. If you wanted to bring a criminal charge, that would be the right. We'd have to look at the video and everything like that.
Sure.
Because they were documented illegal.
Okay.
That's what you'd like us to do.
No. I prefer peaceful interaction, peaceful resolution. Even if somebody did violence against me, let's resolve it peacefully. That's my preference, right? I don't think we need to go any charges and try to get them, strikes on the record and all that crap. Like, let's handle it personnel and say, hey, let's review that. There's no reason to go hands on if somebody doesn't want to give up their backpack. Yeah.
So do you throw that to the cloud? Or?
It's broadcasting right now, so you just go to yeah.
But do you store it?
Yeah, it's off-site with the. Oh, I know, I've got all of them. You got one, Bob? You got one? There you go. Yeah. Yeah, you just go to YouTube and the Blind Justice page, and it's streaming now. You should be able to pull it down as soon as I end it. It posts, and then you can save it. Yeah, this cut off somewhere in the middle because of our long discussion. I should have reloaded the battery after we talked before going over there. I didn't think it was gonna be that. I thought it was gonna be like, here's the RCW. Please leave me alone. You searched it. We're good. Let me go back around the corner to the prosecutor's office, give that paperwork, and leave. I want lunch. I'm hungry. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yes. No worries. Appreciate it. All right. Yep. Thank you, guys. Hey. Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, I think I'm live right now on YouTube. You want to say hi to the audience?
Sure, why not?
What's up?
Hey, I want to thank this guy, Mike. That's my first time I ever seen it. And I really, really like those videos he put up on YouTube. Defended which is First Amendment rights, Second Amendment rights, Fifth Amendment, which is that means you have to not attack government take our rights because that's different. So ways are right, Mike?
Right on. All right, appreciate it.
Your business card,
Yeah.
right?
Here you go, brother.
Because I like to go, I got a couple cases that can support me,
Yeah.
because I went through a couple different cases that the government just tried to abuse.
Yeah.
And I really can't take that.
Cool.
So I wanna just
call you when I'm ready so we can go
Yeah,
over what you do.
Yeah, man.
All right, that's awesome.
All right,
Nice to meet you,
brother.
man.
Yeah.
I'll call you later. All
All right, dude. Take it easy. Yeah. Is there a bell here? No bell. Yeah, I still want to drop off that paperwork at the prosecutor's office. Can I do that? Can I
Just
go
give me,
through?
I'll get to him.
All right, that'll work.
It's better be easy, huh?
Yeah.
Katie's not in. Just
All
so you
right.
know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to go have them scan my bag again because I left left the building. Where is it? It's in my pocket.
I'll save it, sure.
Yeah. Oh, did all my stuff, did my earmarks move? I think that's,
That's the weapon.
okay.
I got it.
Well, I mean, do you want this one too or no?
The weapon?
Yeah.
Not familiar with that.
All right. Yeah, I know. That's the court cases talking about, public officials kind of lose that First Amendment right to post whatever. And if you pass on to Katie.
Can do.
All right. Thanks, Brad. Yep. All right, so recap, everybody. If we're still live, I don't know if we are. Let me turn my headset back on. Maybe you can tell me. When the headset's on, the volume or the mic quality for you guys is poor, except for me. I think it picks me up pretty good, but it doesn't pick up everyone else so great, especially in that courthouse. It's pretty poor. What's the acoustics? Let me swipe around this thing, see if you guys. All right. Yeah, I'm hearing comments. So I guess I'm still live. So recap, I first went in here, tried to get an update into the Montesano. We're at the Grace Harbor County Sheriff's Department, and talked to Brad, the last guy that you guys saw, and Darren Wallace. Darren was the guy that was assigned to the case when we reported the armed home invasion from the Aberdeen Police Department months ago. And he's been down with like sick leave and things like that. So we've been popping in periodically to get an update on that investigation. Finally, Darren said that he called and talked to Steve Shoemate, the quote-unquote chief of police at Aberdeen, and that was it. That was the extent of his investigation. So I was trying to discuss that, and Brad came out to discuss it, I think probably from the administrative side. It's like, hey, that's basically all they're willing to do to keep the Aberdeen Police Department in check at this point. They're recommending going through the court system to do that. So that conversation is, I'll probably upload it later because it was recorded. There was no reason for it to be live. And I was like, hey, what about this blue line flag thing you still have up in here? Or is it still up? And he said, yeah, it is. And he said, well, they got their directive from the prosecutor's office, which you guys may be familiar with that video. So we had the court cases kind of refuting her claim that the employees here retain their First Amendment rights to post whatever symbols they want. And that's all I was going to try to do next door over here at the courthouse. The county courthouse was going to try to go to the prosecutor's office and hand in that paperwork for those court cases, refuting or disproving her claim that she's using as a defense. So I went in to the courthouse over there, scanned it, let them scan my bag, but put it through the thing. They verified there's no weapon in there, and they wanded me, and I went through this thing. They verified I'm not packing any kind of weaponry, and when I went to get my bag back, they refused. They wanted my name and number and everything. And I said, well, why? You don't have my permission to seize my property. You can scan it and search it and make sure that there's no weapons for your security. That's fine. You don't have permission to seize it. And they said, well, we do. And they said, the sign here, that's RCW. And I said, oh, this RCW. So I pulled out the actual RCW, and it has nothing to do with bags, has nothing to do with backpacks, it has to do with weapons, right? They verified there's no weapon concern. The bag's not a concern. They couldn't articulate anything other than the sign says the RCW. And I said, well, here's the RCW. It has nothing to do. We went round and round a few times. The lady got mad. She's like, well, you have an option of either do your business without your bag, leave it here, or leave the building. And I think she grabbed my bag from wherever it was and started to walk by, and I reach out and feel it, and I grab it, and I start to pull it back, and she didn't really wrestle with that. She let it go. I put it, like, please let go of my bag. She let it go. I put it back on, but they were going hands-on at that point. They were trying to push me out the door and drag me. So I sat down because I'm not going to resist them. If they want to drag me, they will drag me. They tried picking me up at one point to drag me, and they decided to put me back down on the ground. And yeah, after that, they still had hands on me while I was sitting on the ground. And I was like, hey, I'll get up and get out of the way because we're kind of like in the middle of the walkway. If you release me, if you take your hands off of me. And so Victor Durham, security, did. He released me, put his hands off me, and I stood up, moved off to the side, tried to have a conversation with them. And yeah, that's all recorded stuff before I went live. I went live after that because they were like, well, we're going to call the police and have you removed by force. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see how that goes. So you guys caught up on the end of that, where the police department, which was weird that they called the police department, which is just across the street, when the sheriff's department is right around the corner, and it's their employees, the court staff are the security, their first line supervisors of the sheriff's department. So it was weird. But yeah, we're gonna go through the route of just personnel complaint. I don't believe in using threats of violence, having them get thrown in chains because they want to use violence against me. I'm going to still use the peaceful option. So there's that, and I'm going to go get some lunch. But if you guys noticed, we posted up a video from Olympia visit this morning, and you guys are probably, some of you may be upset about the whole comment thing. We're allowing the comments to be during live videos and posting of the live videos. Keep those comments up unless it's I don't know, interactions like this. We may block the after live comments just because we want to engage with you guys. We want to interact with you, and if you want to interact with us, you can email us. You can find us on Facebook. Insightisfree. It's at gmail.com, and I think if you put that in for Facebook, you'll find the Blind Justice page. So if you want to engage with me and the channel, there's ways of doing that without using the comment sections on YouTube, because YouTube's deleting videos or demonetizing videos because of commenters, which is out of my control, other than to just block or delete comments. We're just not allowing comments being posted after the fact. I'm not going to be held responsible for somebody else's words, or even, that try to even give them the rope to say that the narrative that I'm inciting that language or that behavior, when I'm absolutely not. I advocate for peace and for freedom and liberty and justice for all. So I'm walking down the hill to get some lunch, but just to give you guys an update on that, on the comments there. At this point, maybe a tactical error. We'll see. We may have a drop in subscribers if we're not in it for the money or the fame. We're in it for the principles and for making change and waking people up to what's going on. And it's easier to do when you have a broader audience and you can do more with money. Sure, that's an aspect, but we can figure out ways without that. And if we take hits on subscribers because of the no comments, then so be it. But that's where we're going right now with it. But thank you everybody for tuning in, for support. We'll post up the information about the personnel and the numbers of way to contact, like the courthouse. That's Montesano. It's the Grace Harbor County Courthouse, Grace Harbor County Sheriff's Department, and then the Montesano Police Department. So we'll put that information up. The people involved, we got their names and stuff. I don't remember them all off the top of my head. But again, thanks for the support. Thanks for tuning in. And you guys stay safe, stay vigilant, be free, and peace and love to you. Stay oppressively bear.